welcome to episode 5 of my Hallelujah Praise series playlist. This week has kind of been a little slow, so this episode might be a little late. I usually try to release the playlist episodes on Fridays, but it may end up being on a Saturday instead, or sometime next week. But anyways, I did manage to get a little done on the middle daughter's character arc, a little more. I started working on the dilemma phase of Chandra's character arc. I'm going to try to finish her arc completely, Lord willing, tomorrow, as well as the conditions cards for the eldest daughter, Genesis, and possibly starting her character arc as well, and taking some more notes on book 1. So that's pretty much what this episode will consist of, just working on completing the character arcs of the middle daughter and eldest daughter, and just taking more notes off of book 1 to help aid me in the writing of book 3 for the last book of the series. But that's pretty much what this episode will be about, and Lord willing, I'll do another update tomorrow.
So today I worked on Sandra's character arc, and I completed the dilemma, the resolve, and the new normal. Here is the dilemma. I added some links in here as well. One to Isaiah's house and the actual rehab center where she goes in for treatment. I pulled in an image for that one. I might actually switch this out because as you can see, the lettering didn't really turn out too well for the facility, but that's what this represents here, this image. I have also a link in here for the roommate, which is Wilma Gibson, an elderly lady that was the roommate of Chandra during her stay at the rehab center. So I have her here as well, and then I added into the minor characters. It's Wilma Gibson. She actually went into rehab for alcoholism to recover from that, and the two of them, Chandra and Wilma, pretty much hold one another accountable during their recovery process. And at the bottom I have Robin Savage as well, the godmother of the Johnson sisters, so I just put a link in there for her as well, Robin. But I completed all of her dilemma for Chandra, also the resolve. I have in here a verse from 2 Corinthians chapter 10 that she reads in her Bible, which is, "For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds." So that's a verse that she reads in the story. And also completed the new normal. There is a little spoiler in there, so I'm not going to actually click on that one. But anyways, I completed all of Chandra's character arc, and now I'm on the eldest daughter, Genesis' character arc. And I started setting up the phases for Genesis character arc, so now I'm going to just try to work on completing her conditions cards. So I did the conditions, the 4 conditions for Genesis character arc, and I added the lists for each one of the 5 phases. And as you can see, I added titles in here for each of the phases as well now. So all I have to do now for Genesis character arc is just type in the summaries for each one of the phases. As you can see, I have a list in here now for the 4 conditions. So I just have to type in the summaries for each of her 5 phases, and then the eldest daughter's character arc will be done too.
Alright, so I'm just going to go to sleep, and Laura will pick up the rest of this vlog later today.
Alright, so here I have the first draft of book 1. As you can see, it looks a little different, the numbering on the side. I actually just spelled out the number for each chapter, instead of just putting like chapter 1 in the number 1. But anyways, I went over the first 5 chapters and took notes on all of those. And this book in particular, it has 38 chapters in it, so I have quite a ways to go. But little by little, I'm just going to go through these chapters just like I did for book 2, and take notes on the sides like I have here, to help aid me in my writing of book 3. So something else that I have started was an actual storyboard of different scenes within the story. The first one up here is from book 1. I added in a lot of scenes from the story in book 1 in here. This one is one of my personal favorites, of Isaiah preaching during his wife's burial. But I added a lot of different scenes in here, and started putting them in order based on the scenes within the book. It's just a nice visual to see, all of the different scenes in order, based on the story and the different plots within the story. Alright, so as far as Genesis character arc, I was able to complete the stasis, and I got a little start on the turning point, but the turning point is not entirely completed, and I had to put some placeholders in for a couple of character names and whatnot that I haven't decided on just yet. But I did get a little start on the stasis and completed that, and the turning point a little bit. But hopefully I'll be able to put Genesis character arc together, which is the last one for the Johnson family.
Alright, this concludes episode 5. A couple more episodes, and I should, Laura will, and be ready to write the first draft of book 3 of my Hardly Appraised series. But I guess this concludes episode 5.